they did the right thing. Is like, we don't want these dogs to die, but we can't afford to take care of this, and this happened. So please help us. Here's these dogs, and you took them from a bad situation and you put him in a worse situation, and now he might get euthanized, and you have to live with that on your conscience because it was the inglorious Joe Biden, and you have Trump derangement syndrome. I would have told Biden to fuck right off. You know that man is senile. You can see it in his fucking face when he talks. Why do you think Putin wants to challenge him to a live debate? It's because he knows he'll crush you. Biden, and when you have to, and hard to, anyway. I'm going to Prussia. That guy is unfit to be president, and he's certainly unfit to own a fucking dog. Somebody needs to take that dog away from him and bring it to a person that's going to give that dog a much-needed home. If it's not too late to put that dog in training to be a military dog or a service dog, give it a better life. Because it certainly doesn't deserve to be with creepy, sniffy Joe. I'm just saying. Moving right along again. We're going to now talk about another problem. It's not just teachers, but teachers are the most notorious leftists. And no offense to, I got a teacher buddy, and he's not. I mean, my buddy is a slightly lefty, but he ain't a lefty. He ain't a leftist, I should say. But it's like, he's a good teacher. But he's like, he tells me all the time that like they bring him these like stupid rules, and he's just looking at him like, I don't know how much longer he can even take being a teacher because he wants to punch people in the throat. But anyway, let's move into this article here. Cops investigate Virginia teachers' Facebook group for naming parents who were against critical race theory and urging members to gather information on them. So gather information on people that I don't politically agree with. Wow. Virginia police are now investigating an anti-racist Facebook group that named the parents of students who were members say they are against critical race theory. Yeah, critical race theory is racist. If you read it, it's about fostering white racial identity in white children. That doesn't sound good to me. I can't believe these people are trying to like parade this as anti-racist. The anti-racist parents of Loudoun County group, which reportedly includes teachers and school board members, shared personal details of those that they had opposed moves to teach the controversial curriculum. It urged followers to gather information on them and encourage online hackers to silence critics of the theory, the Daily Wire reports. Parent Shelley Chain told Fox News she was on the hit list, adding their goal is silence. Good luck with that, you intolerant bigots. Most intolerant people are these people that are like screaming tolerance. According to Purdue University, critical race theory scholarship shows how racism continues to be persuasive and why it denies individuals the constitutional rights. It examines the way race and racism influence politics, cultures, and the law. But critics say it leaves people exposed to the training feeling that they are being blamed for problems which they did not cause, such as slavery and Jim Crow, and that it in itself is racially divisive, which it is. Local teachers Jeremy Wright said minority students are going to suffer the most from this when when you teach students that the system is against them, they have no motivation to learn. That's kind of true. I mean, the system is against them, though. I mean, that our school system is trash, but that's a whole nother fucking topic. One parent on the list, party members, said, I was personally attacked. My name, my first name, my last name, when my son goes to school, who my husband is, where I live, and 3 pictures of me were all on the Facebook page. They wanted to send postcards to our neighbors calling us racist and come to our home with a megaphone and call us racist. Another parent, Aaron Dunbar, added. Those of you who saw personal information about families in this country being posted and did nothing, shame on you. Loudoun Parents for Educational spokesman Ian Pryor told Wobtop that there was a solicitation by one of the members of this group to target people that had opposed the school's commitment to critical race theory concepts. He added members were conspiring to commit potentially illegal actions against members of the community for exercising the First Amendment rights to speak out against the curriculum and for opening schools. Wow. What a fucking shitbag. In a Facebook group of Daily Wire, one mother identified as Jen Durham wrote, "This is a call for volunteers to combat the anti-CRT activities." She asked members to gather information and infiltrate the post instructed, create fake. So we already talked about this. We're not going to continue forward with all of that because that's the Daily Wire. Yeah, so earlier this month, Florida's governors, there's no room in classrooms for things like critical race theory. Even here in New Hampshire, we're debating on ending that shit because it's fucking garbage. I'm sorry, but it is. Critical race theory is fucking garbage. That's why Trump banned it. That's why people don't like it. That's why we're moving to have it removed from schools. It is divisive garbage, and it's made by white supremacists. That's why it's trying to foster white racial identity. You think it's okay because it's demonizing white people, and you think you get to hate on white people because you're racist and you hate white people for what old white people used to do. You should just admit it. But now you're being used to create white supremacy. Or you're trying to bring about Marxists by dividing us into different groups. Either way, it's segregation. It's about fostering white racial identity. I don't need a white racial identity. I have an identity. It's called being an American. My identity includes black, white, yellow, polka dotted people. I don't give no fucks. Yeah, there's probably lepers in this bitch. Polka dots. You could have a tentacle for all I fucking care. Left or right or center. This is the greatest civilization in the history of fucking recorded history in all of what we know about humanity. It has taken all the good and built upon it. And yes, we have our problems. Yes, we're fucking horrible. Yes, we got to fix things. But you're all ungrateful. You're the most privileged human beings to walk the face of the earth. And you think everything's so hard because you have to work to get stuff. It's sad. I can't believe we're here as a society where people are so soft that they think having to work hard to get money and get things because they can't just have things because other people have things is oppression. In a world where people benefit from a tyrannous from a societal structure they say is tyrannous, but they refuse to give it up or not live without it. Like it's hypocritical at best, retarded at most. It's like logic is lost on these people, I guess. I don't know. I mean, we're not all like that, and it's not just Americans. Though we lead the way, and we have for decades. I know I know the world likes to think we're losing influence in the world with all the propaganda and stuff, and we're weakness, and eventually we're gonna, but we really haven't. The George Floyd riots showed that when they reverberated throughout the world, when English people were attacking English people because an American killed an American. America's still leading that shit. We're still leading the world. They're still following lockstep. I'm just fucking saying. We gotta sing a different tune. We sing a different tune. They sing a different tune. The world sings a different tune. That's how we beat this. It starts by just ignoring the government, ignoring this, ignoring that. Pull your kids out of school, homeschool, do what you can, do the little things, do your own thing. I'm just saying. All right, now this is the topic I really wanted to fucking discuss. Are oldest allies showing you how you're supposed to treat the government when they start acting the way they've been acting over the last few decades, especially the last year or so? They're leading the damn way. It's so bad that I got to get into this. We're getting into this right away. Let's check this out. Manure dumped outside French Parliament in protest. The stench of manure was in the air outside French Parliament. It's always in the stench in the air outside government because government sucks, especially modern globalist government. Thursday after a protest dumped a truck full of animal excrement in front of the National Assembly in Paris. According to local reports, the driver left the odorous presents for parliament members and President Francis Hollande. Out with Hollande and the whole political class, a statement on the side of the truck read, an Agence France press report. Story continues below. That's a lot of manure. Oh, yes, desktop. Oh, yes. Look at that. That is glorious. That is fucking glorious. We got to do this. Set this up. Let me know. We got to do this to our government. According to the Reuters, the man who works as a horse breeder delivered several tons of manure to the gate of the lower house of French Parliament to protest a regional tax hike on equestrian activities. After dropping the load, the man was was promptly arrested by police. He's expected to face charges as he has been arrested for similar feces-related protests in the past. However, dude, bro, you are my new spirit animal. However, opponents of Holiday were quick to throw their support behind the poop attack. Speaking to Le Huffington Post, the head of the group calling for the president's resignation said he has encouraged these types of manure protests. We salute the courage of sympathizers and support citizen protests, David Van Helmert said. Holiday has faced increased criticism lately following a magazine's report that he is having an affair with the French actress. I mean, him who he has sex with, as long as it's adult and it's consensual, that's none of our fucking business. But here we are in a world where Americans don't like what's going on, but they walk in lockstep and still be like, I don't know how the Germans could allow what happened in Germany to happen in Germany in World War II. Meanwhile, French and Italy show us the way. Italy just like opens up to their restaurants and shit, and they fucking just go to town. People go to work. They go to eat the thing. Police come in, try and find them. They're like, oh, I'll fucking make you, yeah, pay that fine, but you're going to fucking eat that. And the police are like, what? What do you say? And the fuck people stand up and like, yeah, we'll fucking hold you down. He said you're going to fucking eat that bitch. You're going to eat that fucking fine. Get the fuck out of here. We eat it. And now you get this guy dumping fucking manure on the fucking government. Now we just need a motherfucker tarring and feathering a president, and we'll show the way. That's how it's done. That is how it's done. Peaceful protest. That is how it's done. Because we have to do something about it, because it's going to get bad. I'm afraid it's gonna have to be. I'm afraid it's gonna have to be solved by the barrel of a gun, because historically it's always had to be solved by a barrel of a gun. But maybe we've moved past that as a people and we can push through this without that. But I don't think so. I think all the peaceful protest does is give them time to make us have them figure out a way to show us to trick us into thinking that they've unfucked it while they're still fucking us in the ass, because that's what they've been doing. But this is the world we live in everywhere. Black, white, yellow, or polka dotted. We still get these problems of race, saying that African Americans they don't lack opportunity because of racism, but fucking black Africans from Nigeria come over here and they make a fucking killing. So I'm not saying that there isn't like an element in people's lives that like contribute to that shit, but it isn't race. There's countless of examples of why it isn't race. And we're never going to figure out what it actually is, which is probably class. I'm saying class because it's poor, rich. But we're never really going to figure out what that is when we focus on shit that's not the fucking problem. All they're doing, it's Marxist 101. They're dividing us into groups, making us hate each other. When we have so much shit in common, we don't really disagree with each other as nearly as much as you think. But it keeps us from looking at them and doing things like this manure protest, or doing things even greater than that, like Italy, where the whole community, it wasn't just the restaurant owners, it was the citizens. Open up your coffee shop. I'll be there at 6 p.m. for my black on rye, my black and white rye toast. I'll be there for my triple latte espresso and my muffin. That's how you do it. You support your community. You don't allow any of this garbage to continue, because that's how we fucking get all this stupid shit. That's how we get Hitlers and shit. I thought we said never again, but we're complaining about retarded first world problems when fucking China's literally harvesting people's organs. I want to see more of this in the world. More of this. We're dumping poop on people. Dumping poop on government. Shit on your government. It's a perfect metaphor. Shit on your government. Shit on your government all day long. Peacefully shit on your government. Put them in line. That's how it's done. Bravo the fucko guy. Bravo. Dumping shit on the government. That deserves a nice long round of applause. because you can't get any better than literally shitting on your government.